All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Arakak, Wadash. Double understood the elder, double understood the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. And as always, peace, blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the earth. And I just want to, share a little words about this, the situation that happened with T.I. and his son, which, every time you see the little nigga, he's always getting into some skirmish or some type of altercation. Will show you that, Salakia, my voice, I'm just getting up. Plus, I'm still kind of under the weather. So, Salakia for, but anyway, this little nigga, he's emotionally unstable. And if he can't change the way he behave, he gonna end up in the grave. Somebody gonna end up taking him out. And despite growing up with two parents who were celebrities, entertainers, so he definitely had financial security. He didn't grow up without. He wasn't destitute. He wasn't lacking. For him to still act that way, that lets you know that financial security is not, the overall thing to help with raising a child. You got to literally be there. You got to really be there to install, certain values and etiquette, which a lot of our the children, especially of this young generation, they don't have that because the parents never have time for them. So this is why a lot of these these little monsters are out of control. So let me play this little clip, and then we'll definitely get some precepts. All right, this is totally out of pocket, man.
I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself and your family, nigga. You embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Hey, what is she talking
Man, get off me, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Man, get off me, nigga.
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
Yeah, that's just straight up, just nothing but chaos, man. You think they'd have it all together because they're a rich and famous couple. All right, T.I. and Tiny married and all that, even though we heard some things about them, but that's neither here nor there. But this little dude right here, he's in complete embarrassment. Even you hear T.I. saying you embarrassing the family and you embarrassing yourself. But you could tell that he didn't get the discipline that he should have, right? But plus, we know how T.I. is too. That dude, he's always quick to try to prove himself. He has an issue as well. If you've ever seen this dude, a lot of people don't like him because, he likes to, talk aggressive and, pop fly. You've always had to, showcase that hood mentality, to try to prove a point. Like, that you don't know me spirit. Remember that song back in the day, You Don't Know Me. He always had that complex. It's kind of like a little man complex. So his son probably developed that. And that behavior is going to, have something happen to him. So let me get a couple precepts. Let me get Hold up. Let's go to Sirach 31. So like it, actually it's 30. Let me go to 30. Sirach 30:1. He that loveth his son causeth him often to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. That means what? That your son, you're going to be hard on him, and every time he's fucking up, you're going to be whooping his ass. Especially if he's embarrassing the family. You know, if you tell him to do something and you got to tell him twice, and he get an attitude, smack his lips. You know, you might pull him by the arm and say, listen, what is your problem? If he snatch away, now you off in his ass. You know, stuff like that. You know, he's doing things out of etiquette. You know, he not showing the proper etiquette and embarrassing, you know, the family. Because, you know, one thing, if your child is acting up in public or somewhere where you're not, people are going to ask, okay, where's this boy's parents or where's this girl's parents? You know, it's going to fall back on you. Because it goes back to, you know, that child. And if that child's been home trained, which in this generation, none of them are, they're getting raised by social media, television and social media. Because the parents is also getting programmed with social media and things that you see on the television. You know, so, I mean, this whole generation is screwed up. That's how you know this probably the last, well, not probably, this got to be the last generation. All right. When I was younger, you know, I rarely messed up like that because my grandfather, my mother's father, he's from the South. Well, both my sides of the family from the South, but my mom's, her father, he didn't play that shit. You know, he with my sister multiple times, and that was all I needed to see. I got it once from him. And, you know, my mom always had him on speed dial. You know, my father, he lived, you know, distance. He lived in the South too, but he was, you know, distant. You know, but my grandfather on my mother's side, that was who I had reverence for. You know, he was a stern dude. So my mama didn't really have that many problems with me and my sister, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, this is what's needed in these little monsters' lives, man. It'll keep them out of trouble, out of the prison yard, or from the grave. It says, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintance. All right, and let me jump down. Verse 8, and it says, a horse not broken becometh headstrong, and a child left to himself will be willful. And I was watching other clips, and you know, it was other people that spoke on this. The whole situation escalated because they were talking about whether or not he was from the hood. Believe it or not, the little nigga is delusional. He believes because maybe at certain times when he was real young, you know, T.I. might have been on the road, or his mother might have been, you know, famous people. They don't always have time to have, you know, sit down time and shit like that. And they probably felt secure with leaving him with, you know, a family member when they would go and, you know, do what they do. And they would, I guess, he would be left with Tiny's mother, you know, so he would be with his grandmother, you know, a few times. So that meant that he picked up the street element because they wasn't around, you know, when he was little. And they were telling him like, come on, bro, you was born with a silver spoon. You didn't have you was not from the hood. You did not have to grow up out there and go and deal in them streets. But you could see that the influence got to him. He didn't even have to be in the streets like that. He didn't have to be in the ghetto. That shit is a straight curse. That lets you know right there that the ghetto's straight up a curse. And that's in the curse. Curse shalt thou be in the city and in the field. It's nothing good there, man. And not one good influence there. All right. So you got to whoop his ass so that he don't get influenced by that, that lifestyle and that behavior. They take on the same attitude as them grimy, out of control, emotional niggas out there, man. They all they're masculine with a feminine hard drive. So that means that they got the testosterone, and they have the appearance of a man. They have the strength and force of a man, but they're real effeminate because they're emotionally unstable. We know women, they're emotional beings, and they can't help themselves. But these young men are being raised by that, and they become that too. So they think the only solution to everything when they don't get their way is to resort immediately to violence. You got to beat up and whoop somebody. Like your mother, she was stressed out. Instead of, like she doesn't have any tolerance when she's stressed out. So you'll have times when she'll just, smack the shell at you or just whoop your ass because she just, you might have did something that pissed her off and you didn't mean to. But because of her emotions, she just thought to do that out of anger in the moment. And that's how, men are. You talk to them a certain way, or you ask them a question that's, hard for them to directly answer, and they want to get upset and want to fight. They feel like you challenging their manhood or their intelligence and stuff like that. We know how niggas get. So yeah, he didn't get the proper discipline. So going back, it says, verse 8, a horse not broken becometh headstrong, meaning he's gonna get stubborn. If you don't break him out of that when he's young, he's gonna be stubborn. When he get older, he gonna have his strength. So it ain't gonna be nothing for him to challenge you. He gonna try to challenge you. That's why he thought he can stand toe to toe with his pops. And T.I. had to let him know, like, hey, you ain't got nothing for me. And certain men, they let their sons grow too big and strong, and they didn't install that fear into them when they were younger, before they got to that size. And sometimes their son will end up growing up and beating their ass, which that's wicked. You're not supposed to touch neither of your parents, man. And I'm gonna get the scriptures on that. It says a child left to himself will be willful. So yeah, they need the proper attention, guidance, and tutelage. Or this, can be the result. It says, conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with them, and he will bring thee to heaviness. Yeah, and she was talking about how they was all joking with him. You can't really joke with him. Then you saw them in heaviness after they joked with him. He got serious, couldn't control his emotions. And they did this shit online, so the whole world got to see it. That was supposed to be family business, But, these are celebs, so they do shit on camera all the damn time. The camera's always in their face, reality shows and stuff like that. So, you're going to see the dysfunction everywhere. Even the celebrities, man. They're all ratchet. They're under the curses, too. They're dysfunctional, too. All right. Says, laugh not with them, lest thou have sorrow with them, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. Give no liberty in his youth, and weak not at his follies. Everything ain't a game. The child they gotta understand that it's not always good to play, especially with your parents. It ain't cool. Because then they start to get the wrong idea, like, oh, we're like homies. Yeah, instead of my father, you like just my homie. And you see stuff like that. Women allowing their sons at a little age, cuss up a storm and talk hella shit, and they think it's cute and they want to put it up on World Star. Watching them act a fool, and they laughing and joking. It says, bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he's a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart. All right. And guess what? If this was the ancient world, this type of behavior you raise up at your mother or your father, you was made an example out of. They would bring you to the elders in the city, and they would make it public. And they, the parents would complain to the elders and the people that, hey, our son, he's rebellious and he's stubborn. He will not listen. Let me see if I could find it. It was at 21. Deuteronomy 28:18. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father. Now my voice is starting to come back. Salakia, Thawada, Yahbashim Yahushai. It says, or the voice of his mother, and that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them. Then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him. And what does that mean? That means they snatch his ass up, right? And bring him out unto the elders of his city and unto the gates of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of his city, excuse me, this our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. So not only is he, don't want to listen to his parents, he want to, just sit up and eat and drink. He doesn't want to, do no work. He doesn't want to be put to labor. He just want to be an embarrassment to the family, not, bring any value. So this was the complaint. Salakia. Man, it says, and all the men of his city shall stone him with stones that he die. And this is in the law. All right. A law that would not be tolerated in this society. And this is one of the reasons why these children are totally out of pocket, out of control. All right. This is why they'll raise up and, put hands on their own parents or even kill their own parents. Because this law isn't implemented. Like it tells you in Habakkuk, because the law is slack, judgment never go forward, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. It says, and why did this happen? Why was this made a public example? So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. So basically all the children would got sent that message. All right. It would have got sent all throughout Israel. Basically fear, keep that commandment. Honor thy father and thy mother. All right. And that's what it is. I think there, let me get, was it in Deuteronomy? I'm still trying to get over this. I'm feeling a little better, but, this is what we got to fight, battle. Is it this chapter? Let me see. Yeah. Deuteronomy 27:16. Cursed be he that's set of light by his father or his mother, and all the people shall say amen. All right. Basically, you make light of them like you don't have, value for them. NIV, it says, cursed is anyone who dishonors their father or mother. All right. NASB 20, curses one who treats his father or mother contemptuously, and all the people shall say amen. The YLT, curses he who is making light of his father and his mother. And you pretty much do that when you think that you can, raise up at them and, try to shame them, because he was making it seem like they abandoned him, which we don't know the ins and outs. So they, it is family business, but come on, man. When Tiny and T.I. got together, they were both famous. So dude wasn't going with, he was not lacking. All right. You don't get nothing out of dishonoring, your parents, man. Because really it falls back on you. It's a disgrace to you. All right. And that behavior and attitude is as if, your parents failed you, which in this case, there's definitely a fail somewhere, because why this nigga constantly acting up, this little nigga, man? Somebody gonna get that little dude his issue. I stand on business. I stand on business. Come on, stop. And I think there's also a scripture that say if you even put hands on your parents, it is Exodus 21:17. It says, he that curseth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. If you smite your mother or your father, you also get put to death. Leviticus 19:3, ye shall fear every man his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your power. Proverbs 30:11, there's a generation that curseth their father and does not bless their mother. This generation here, I call it the Generation Z. They're just different, man. It says there's a generation that are pure in their own eyes and yet not washed from their filthiness. There's a generation, oh, how lofty are their eyes, proud, and their eyelids are lifted up. Yeah. Yep. So, y'all, get the point. Hold on, let me see. Exodus 21:15, and he that smiteth his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Now, we couldn't really fully see if he, tried to swing at, his mother or his father, but, if he did do it, it looked like he was tussling with him. But if he tried to throw a swing, a lot of these kids, they're not afraid to do that. If that little nigga's mom or dad decides to put his lights out, then that was a fulfillment of the law. Straight like that, man. All right. So it is what it is, man. And yeah, not all of, these parents, they're not always the most honorable, because our people as a nation, they're just not honorable people anymore. They lost that. They completely degenerated. But you got to have some form or level of, you got to give them that. Just because, they had you. All right. So you give them that respect. All right. Anyway, I'm going to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Lord Williams is edifying. Shalom.